For the world, the new year, of course, begins January 1st. But for the watch world, we know 2026 is really kicking off now that LVMH Watch Week has arrived. It's the first major watch fair of the season, in some respects, one of the four grand slams of the watch world. You have LVMH Watch Week, Watches and Wonders, Geneva Watch Days, and Dubai Watch Week, which will now be held annually instead of every 2 years. Well, why am I making a tennis analogy? Well, today we're going to look at the new Big Bang watches from Hublot debuting at LVMH Watch Week, one of which is a brand new Big Bang Tourbillon Novak Djokovic GOAT edition. Before we tackle the main event that is the Novak Djokovic GOAT edition, Hublot has also notably launched the Big Bang Original Unico as a regular production collection. At Watches and Wonders 2025, the Big Bang was a key focal point as 2025 marked the 20th anniversary of the brand's signature design. In tribute to its 20th anniversary, 5 limited edition models made their debut, each reference presenting a clear tribute to the original Big Bang from 20 years ago, while incorporating some more modern developments from the brand. Looking at the Big Bang Original Unico models debuting today, I can understand some confusion as to what the novelty really is. Of the 5 limited editions from Watches and Wonders, one was titanium ceramic, another all black, and the other king gold, all of which utilized a stamped, satin-brushed carbon effect dial. For LVMH Watch Week 2026, we also have 4 new Big Bang Unico original models with satin-brushed carbon effect dials, but 3 of them are in, once again, titanium ceramic, black ceramic, and king gold. The fourth, the Big Bang Unico Original Titanium, is the most novel as this is the first full titanium current generation Big Bang Original, which up until now had only existed with a black ceramic bezel. For the 3 that might look similar to what we saw at Watches and Wonders 2025, the differences are more subtle. The 20th anniversary limited editions had 20th anniversary emblems on the crown, and the winding rotor on their Unico movements was made of solid, untreated gold. For the titanium ceramic and king gold models, the anniversary limited editions had red accents on the dial, and in regard to the new black magic model, it is not all black like the all black limited edition. This means the functional unaligned bezel screws, the hands, the hour indices and numerals, and the loom are not blacked out like they were on the all black limited edition. Slight visual nuances aside, what is important to remember, whether with these regular production Big Bang Original Unico models or the 20th anniversary limited edition models that preceded them, is that the Big Bang Original Unico pairs the key design signatures of the original 2005 design, such as a carbon effect dial, knurled outer bezel perimeter, and rectangular chronograph pushers, with Hublot's 100% in-house Unico HEB 1280 3-day column wheel vertical clutch column wheel chronograph movement in place of the ETA 7750 base caliber used in 2005. I know, that was a mouthful, but it's important. Anyway, the case ergonomics were revisited and refined. It's a 100-meter water-resistant case now measuring 43 millimeters in diameter and 13.2 millimeters in thickness, and presented with softer, more sophisticated finishing with beveled edges along with smoother, more curved lugs. And each of the watches include Hublot's one-click interchangeable strap system that came to market around a decade after the original Big Bang first made its debut. So in short, this is the closest you can get to the original 2005 look at retail today, but with all of the modern improvements Hublot has debuted in the decades that followed. The Big Bang Original Unico watches are available now for purchase, priced at $19,400 US dollars in titanium, $20,600 US dollars in titanium ceramic, $21,700 US dollars in black magic ceramic, and $37,800 US dollars in king gold. Okay, GOAT time. It was a very big deal for Hublot when they teamed up with Novak Djokovic, the greatest to ever play the game of tennis. Naturally, a limited edition inspired by their marquee brand ambassador followed, the Big Bang Unico Novak Djokovic. And of course, Hublot seized the moment to flex its unparalleled mastery of materials by creating a limited edition run of 100 watches with composite cases that were made by recycling 25 rackets and 32 polo shirts used by Novak Djokovic during the 2023 season, notably netting a case that weighs less than a tennis ball. Pretty cool. Now Hublot has upped the ante, presenting the Big Bang Tourbillon Novak Djokovic GOAT edition in not just one, but 3 different configurations. Measuring 44 millimeters in diameter and 14.4 millimeters thick, the 30-meter water-resistant case is available in either matte blue, orange, or green composite. The composite once again utilizes recycled polo shirts and head tennis rackets from Djokovic with a similar sort of open worked case construction, for lack of a better phrase, that we saw with the Unico Novak Djokovic edition. At the core of the case in its midsection is Titoplast, the world's strongest polymer according to Hublot, and it's utilized due to its titanium-like properties with the further ability to be colored via an anodization process. Ultimately, this is a watch Hublot has designed with the intent of being able to withstand actual match play. Now, the inaugural Hublot Djokovic watch already excited me as a tennis fan with its case imbued with, you know, tangible tennis memorabilia. But this sequel takes things a step further. And I'm not just referring to the step up in complication to a tourbillon. The element I really want to highlight and emphasize here is the special mainplate construction of this heavily remixed HUB 6035 movement. Rather than the traditional solid mainplate you would normally find on a caliber, Hublot has created a three-dimensional lattice that takes on the layout and aesthetic of a tennis racket strings. It's a single piece cleverly machined in a high-tech laser engraving process and then finished with a black PVD coating with Novak's famous swooping personal ND1 logo printed over it in contrasting white. Each string is just 0.55 millimeters thick. Yet the detailing on the single piece really encapsulates the texture you would find on actual tennis strings. The irregular gaps of the lattice grid even simulates the manner in which the strings shift during match play. That's why you see players always kind of like pinching the strings to move them back into position. The tennis detailing overall is really impeccable, with the attachment points for this single lattice piece emulating exactly what you would find on a racket where you see the strings passing through. And the white leather strap is crafted to emulate a white tennis grip, and even the screws, with a tennis ball emulating S shape, required a bespoke machining program and a new S-shaped screwdriver so that, with this new head, they could secure the screws. They really went the extra mile to really create that tennis image for this watch. Returning to the cases for a minute, the colors are not random, nor merely just, Hublot being playful as they typically are. They're actually tributes to the court surfaces Djokovic has triumphed on. Blue is a nod to the color of hard courts, orange to clay courts, and green to grass courts. Rather than make the watch a limited edition, they are instead limited production. The watches will be offered in a numbered sequence to follow Novak's wins on each surface. At present, that means there will be 72 pieces in blue, symbolizing Novak's hardcourt wins, 21 in orange for his clay court wins, and the most exclusive at this stage, 8 in green for his wins on grass. Hublot explains that on the occasion of any future win, the brand will add a further watch colored according to the tournament surface. So, as long as you can save up the necessary 115,000 US dollars before Novak retires, then you're in the running to secure one of these horological pieces of tennis history. Though very different models at very different price points, regardless of any of our personal opinions on the watches or the brand, I think objectively that these new Big Bang models really highlight Hublot's ability to capture the key details from its source inspiration and translate it into the fabrication of its materials, whether capturing the essence of its original 2005 icon or the strings of a tennis racket. Of all the watches presented, let us know your favorites in the comments or any feedback you might have for Hublot. Any, desires and dreams for Hublot in 2026. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the Time+Tide channel for all the latest watch news, reviews, and content. As always, I'll see you on the next one.